Hey, and welcome back to Kaluno Gaming. Today, we are going to be playing some Planet Coaster. What I would like to do is kind of start a community kind of park. So if people have ideas for roller coasters, or maybe a theme for a certain area, try to implement that into kind of like a little community park. But for now, we are going to kind of just start my own little park, and I think I want to do like a Western kind of theme. So we're going to have like a small little, maybe mountainous, forest kind of Western park. And in case people are curious, in this game you're allowed to build kind of your own avatar, and here is mine, based off of myself. You can thank my niece for kind of suggesting it. Originally I just kind of built a character that looked cool, but if you're kind of curious as to what I kind of look like, there you go. Alright, so to start we're going to go into a play mode of a sandbox. And we're actually going to design our own custom sandbox. I think that'll be alright. And then we've got mud, we've got rock, we've got grass, and more sand. Alright, yeah, I think actually this might be alright. Now, for the name of the park, I think we're just going to go with something kind of a generic Western kind of name. And I'm not sure as to what that would be. You know what? I think I got one. Outlaw Ranch. Alright, I think that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and dive in, and we're going to start building the Outlaw Ranch. Alright, so immediately you get kind of placed right here near the entrance. And as you can see, there's already kind of people walking through here. They're going to walk over here to the entrance gates. Of course, that doesn't really lead to anything other than a giant flat plot of land. And if you zoom out here, you can see pretty much there's this thin light white line that kind of runs around our entire park. So it does have a little bit of kind of terrain texture over here. You can see there's that line going across. So we can pretty much build up to that line. What's kind of annoying is you get this other outline though out here where the actual park ends. I believe I can put scenery items back here. Let me double check. Nope, I can only put them inside of the park. So it looks like you can't do anything out there, which is kind of a bummer. But I do like how it has this mountainous area over here. We're going to base a lot of our mountains on this. And alright, I think that's pretty much a good overview of the park itself. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I think for this episode, I'll probably do a lot of time-lapse in here of me building, and I might do like a voiceover of me talking about what I'm doing. But what my goal is kind of to have a park entrance here, maybe some sort of centerpiece of the park over here, kind of like a Western outlaw town, and then maybe to have our first roller coaster right over in this space. So I'm going to get started on that and kind of go from there. I think, like I said, a lot of this is probably going to be time-lapsed. So, alright, let's just get started and go. Alright, so as you can see here in the beginning, I struggle a little bit with the main entry path. I was trying to kind of keep the same style that it had, where it was one large path that split into the two entrances, and then have it go right back into one path on kind of straight into the park. You'll see I kind of try a few different things, and I end up deleting kind of most of them. They weren't working correctly. They just didn't kind of fit into what I was looking for. Then when I kind of got it, I realized that it doesn't really align perfectly with the path that's coming into the park, so I kind of just give up and say, alright, onto the coaster. So the coaster that I'm building is one of the RMC kind of hybrid wooden coasters. I wanted to kind of build a beginning kind of young kid to adult coaster that it's kind of like your first ever roller coaster. It doesn't do any inversions, but it does get some, nice smooth high speed areas, and it'll kind of give you just a few airtime hills and interweave within the rocks. I didn't really want anything too crazy. Like I said, kind of just an entry level coaster. So you can kind of see me going through the track layout here. I try a few different things, and I kind of knew a basic kind of track style I was going for, so I kind of went with that. And then the method that I used to build, as you can see through me building the coaster, is I build the entire thing out of the shortest segments possible. I think it's a 4-foot or 4-meter segment, and then you go through and using 4 of those sections at a time, you smooth it out going forward through the coaster and then backward through the coaster. I can't remember the YouTuber that showed this style. I remember seeing it on YouTube somewhere, but I started kind of building coasters with that method, and they recommend doing it 8 times. I did it twice and found that it was smooth enough for what I was going for, since I have mainly just straight sections going up and down. But if you're doing any inversions or anything, it works extremely well for that. But as you can see, I kind of finished off the coaster pretty quick and started in on some of the terrain for the coaster. And I kind of wanted for the turns on the outsides for it to have a kind of enclosed feel and stay close to the ground. Kind of in between that really fast, close to the ground style hyper coaster, as well as a kind of kiddie coaster where most of the stuff is really close to the ground because kids are usually afraid of heights. So I kind of kept that feel for this coaster. I built an archway in here just to kind of give it some extra flair. Later on, we'll kind of add some rocks to that, give it some more character, make it look a little bit more like an actual rock arch. And then originally my idea there was to build a building, kind of like a farmhouse, and have you enter in on the kind of the bottom where the animals would be in the stables, then circle around, go up in the top, and exit out where like the hayloft would be. So more of a barn style building, but I gave up on that idea. I figured this one's just going to stay more of a rocky kind of terrain through the desert roller coaster. It's going to have some cacti everywhere. It'll have a simple kind of entrance building, and we'll go from there. So as you can see, I finished up the roller coaster and decided to head back to the main entrance path and kind of just knocked it out. I went over, built the kind of that cross section where you're going to have our main town square area, as well as kind of like the split off for the park where it's going to go off to all the different areas. And I struggled with this part for a bit. I'm not the best when it comes to building buildings, but I ended up building a simple entrance building kind of based off of like an old western bank is what I was kind of going for. Just something that has the 2 sides. It's going to be a very simple building, and it's literally just going to let people know it's like the entrance of the park. It's kind of like a building you're just going to pass through quickly and go out on this open road before you hit the western town. So it's kind of a building out in the middle of nowhere, so it's probably going to be a little bit more run down all said and done, but that's probably what we're going to go for. And pardon the sound in the background, there's a train going by my house. I don't know if that's going to get caught in the video or not, but it should be alright. Usually they're not too loud, and the mic usually does a good job at getting them kind of muted in there. So yeah, I'll let you watch the rest of this kind of time lapse here, and then we'll get back into a little live section probably at the end of the video where we're going to finish it up, probably do a point of view of the roller coaster right now, and then maybe once we're done with the scenery of the roller coaster and some of the town square in the center, we'll go back and do another live action bit. Alright, enjoy the rest of the time lapse. Alright, so we'll end the video here with a little kind of live recording of what's going on. So we built the roller coaster fully, minus the scenery, but we have the roller coaster done. And we built our main kind of entrance building. And it's not going to be a big entrance building, it's just going to be a little kind of thing here. We've got the two main kind of game entrances there, and we're going to put some windows kind of in here. And then they'll kind of walk through and they'll end up out here in the main park area. And as you can see over here, this will be kind of the roller coaster. It's kind of meant to be like I said earlier, kind of a kid kind of entry coaster. Nothing super big, kind of like a family kind of style coaster. It'll go through the rocks in a few areas or around the rocks. And we'll kind of decorate it with some cacti, do some other stuff, and then I think in the next video we'll get to work on the station building for this, the queue line for it, as well as the scenery for around it. And then I think in a future video we'll kind of wrap up the main entrance as well. But for now, I think I'll just leave you with a point of view at normal speed of the roller coaster, and we'll go ahead and leave it at that. So as you can see, it's not super exciting or fearful, but like I said, it's kind of that main entry level for kids. So we'll leave it here on the interest one, and I'll let you enjoy the roller coaster. And for some reason, I know this looks kind of like super glitchy. It's the building method that I used, and I know you kind of noticed it in the time lapse, but there's a 4-piece kind of building method where you select 4 pieces at a time at like the shortest distance you can and then smooth them all out. In the front bumper view like this, it's a whole lot smoother. I'll go ahead and actually do that real quick and show you the video from that angle as well. It's a lot smoother of a ride. So for whatever reason, the camera in the game just decides that it gets really glitchy when it's trying to go over those 4-meter long segments, or however short those segments are. So we'll go ahead and go through it again, and I'll let you guys enjoy it. I'm just going to skip the last little bit of the lift hill here. There we go. As you can see there, it's a lot smoother of a ride. Alright, and like I said, I think we'll leave it off at that. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and see you guys next time. This is Kaluno Gaming, signing off.